I'm not much of a tree surgeon, so problems do occur when I try and chop down trees. The farmer was more than happy to let me chop down the tree, and there was promise of quite good timber inside, but he said it might be rotten, and lo and behold, I got halfway through it, and it was rotten. It was destined to go the wrong way, and I thought I could save it, so we ended up with a tree rather catastrophically landed on the fence. The fence is fine. Yeah, no, it'll be absolutely fine. Don't worry about it at all. That's what I'll tell the farmer anyway. Half of the woods that I use, I source myself in log form from farmers or local tree surgeons to my home in Lancashire. Commercial sawmills are generally interested in nice, clean, straight wood, and that's the wood that I try and avoid. I know that certain parts of trees will have exciting figure, exciting patterns, and yield very stunning timber. So they're the kind of things that I really like to present in my work. I was after something called bog oak for a small box I was making. The first thing I did was searched online and came across an ad saying bog oak firewood for sale. And I thought, bog oak firewood? Bog oak is the most prized and valuable native timber we have. It's incredibly valuable timber because it's jet black and it's absolutely stunning. The bog oak had been under the ground for about 4,000 years. And then I looked where the advert was from, and it was only about 10 miles away from where I live. So I jumped in the van and I said to him, right, how much do you want for the lot? And I bought the whole lot off him, filled about 2 vanfuls, and have been cutting it up ever since, really. So my fold boxes stemmed from a lot of research I did while at university into bending wood. I sort of played around with steam bending. I wasn't happy with the tactility. It kind of felt like you were going to break the lid. And then came up with the idea of actually not bending the wood at all, but mounting the wood on a flexible material. I use pig suede as the lining and the base fabric for the folding lids of my boxes because it's just really nice material to work with. I think it's important for people to know what goes into my product. Communicating that to customers and people is actually quite difficult. For every box lid that was a success, there's at least another box lid that actually that grey stain in it probably won't cut the mustard. As a result of this, the failure rate of some of the pieces and the amount of wood that goes into the wood burner is quite high. That's quite difficult, I find, to communicate to other people when it's stuff I do day in, day out. The vessels were inspired by ceramics. I was absolutely hopeless at ceramics in college and I had no interest in it whatsoever really, but as products are concerned, I love ceramic products. I like the delicacy that you can get with very thin-walled porcelain vessels. And the idea of turning wood very thin and almost finishing it in the same way that a ceramicist would, so applying a stain or a glaze over the wood, became as much of a process to make it look great as a kind of ceramic ritual that was actually woodworking. The other crucial thing to my practice is combining materials. And it was almost an engineering challenge combining brass with wood, because wood shrinks and contracts all of the time with atmospheric conditions. Metal doesn't really. And the first vessels that I made were fantastic for the degree show, and then they all fell apart. Whereas now I've sort of developed this process of taming the beast, really. I like intricate, elegant engineering solutions to the idea of putting a band around a vessel. To me, it elevates the value of the wood. There's a kind of a juxtaposition between the partly crude process and the crude material and trying to tame it into this beautiful, refined product.